Your enemy wants you to react how you did before. In this video, I'm reminding you to keep your cool. I'm reminding you to listen more than you speak. I'm reminding you to let other people show their hand and make themselves look like the fool. Control your emotions. Because what that person is ultimately trying to get you to do is to react how you did before. We're not perfect, right? None of us are perfect. We've all said things to people and done things to people where we looked back and thought about it and was like, oh, that was crazy. Like, I did not have to say that to that person. I did not have to do that to that person, right? We may have spazzed on someone through heartbreak, through anger, through whatever it was. But we all have reacted in a way that probably made us look crazy, right? Now, when someone in this world discovered that side of you and they're not your partner, right? A lot of times it'll be friends or family members that do things like this. They'll bank on your reaction. They'll think they're 5 steps ahead of you, right? Knowing that you're a little emotionally unstable. They know you're going to react to anything. They know you're going to get irate. They know you're going to want to fight, right? They know that they can get you to say anything out of anger, especially if you've done it before. These people are banking on your reaction, right? And when I say banking on your reaction, I'm not saying it like there's some type of diabolical scientist that study people's reactions, in an argument. It's just because that's what they think you're going to do now. They're trying to prepare themselves. They're getting their own defenses up because in the past, your ass was crazy, right? You was crazy. Like, let's admit it. You did some crazy things. So the trick is, right? The gag is, what they don't know is that you've already been working on yourself. You already told yourself that you will never react like that ever again in your life. You don't care who it is. You already took accountability for what you've said and what you've done, and you learned from it, and you moved forward. But when people are scarred and traumatized by how you've acted in the past, they'll try to either provoke you or just try to go harder on you than what you're doing to them. It's like, why does it feel like this person is trying to beat me at this argument? Why does it feel like this person is trying to throw every low blow in the book to try to trigger me and to try to throw jabs at me and break me down? Why is this person going so much harder than me right now? It may not be because they're a toxic person. It may not be because they're just a horrible human being. They could be responding to you like that and attacking you like that and trying to trigger you like that because they think they know how you're going to react. They think that they can manipulate the situation into it going in their direction or in their favor. They think they know you. They think they had you figured out. But they don't know that you've been doing the work. You don't respond to petty stuff no more. You choose your battles wisely. You don't argue with everyone. Everyone can't get your energy for free. You can get my energy if we're vibing or if I'm doing a service for you or selling you a product. Other than that, you're not getting no energy from me. right? So respond exactly the opposite in which they think you're going to respond. Do the exact opposite. Blow their mind. Confuse them. Have them going through a gaslighting frenzy to try to get a reaction out of you. Totally confuse them. Allow them to ramble. Allow them to show all their cards, show their entire hand. Allow them to say things that they know they're going to have to stand on. And allow them to make themselves the fool. One of my biggest lessons in my late 20s, right? And I would say one of my biggest regrets, but obviously I can't say that because I would have never learned from that situation and just became 10 times better. So I'm grateful for the experience. But one thing that taught me one of the biggest lessons is maybe like a couple years ago, one of me and my friends got in a big argument, right? At my house in front of other people. And it was so weird because we never argued. Like me and that friend probably got in like 2 arguments our entire friendship, and we were friends for over 15 years. So number one, us arguing with that much passion in front of a crowd of people, it was all surreal, right? So we're both heated. I'm heated and we're saying things to each other and it's just going a mile a minute. Like there's no slowing this one down. Like I feel like we were just violating each other with words the entire time. Like it was crazy. Like I had something on my chest clearly and she had something on her chest. So long story short, I said things that I'm not going to say they were just like totally wrong or like low down, but it's not how I would speak to someone I love. You know, it's not how I would speak to someone that I love. So after the argument got split up, right? The next day I thought about it and I was still angry, but I was doing so much self-inflection, so much correcting. I was thinking about what I said last night, how I showed my cards last night, how I looked crazy and emotionally unstable last night. Like if people had to hold me back, how was I looking, right? Just totally out of it. And the more I thought of it, the more ashamed and embarrassed I became. Because I'm supposed to be some strong friend, you know, the friend that's always there for other people, the one that people don't really see cry, like the one that supports everyone around her. Like I was such in a vulnerable position, I realized, and I just had no control over my words in that moment. I let everything she said trigger me, and I allowed it to make me react in a way where it was just immature, childish, you know, unstable. And I don't want to be so hard on myself. You know, don't think that I'm this hard on myself. Like I'm just real with myself, you know, and wherever I feel like I can make an improvement in my life or my personality, I'm going to change it. And also like, when I thought about how people might have perceived that whole interaction, and, you know, they may not be thinking about it at all. You know, I could be just conjuring up a whole random thought that never happened, but it concerned me how people viewed me, right? It just concerned me how people viewed my ability to keep my cool in that moment. It kind of made me feel like I showed my hand, you know, like I showed my hand because I couldn't keep my cool. I showed my hand because I couldn't control my emotions. I showed my entire hand because I didn't just let her ramble and make herself look like the fool. I had to join her. Like, dang, So after that, I forgave myself. I tried to come to peace with the entire situation and just forgive myself, because I can't be the strong friend all the time. I guess it's impossible. I guess I just proved that. It's impossible. So I made a vow to myself to never go that low, to never lose that much control ever again. And I stayed true. So the next time I was tested, I passed. I passed. Not because I want to be the more mature one in the situation, not because I want to act unbothered, simply because I had regret and guilt on my chest about taking low blows at someone. I had that monkey on my back. I felt guilt about that. It took me so long to forgive myself for that. So I promised myself it'll never happen again. And the next time I was tested, I passed with flying colors. I let that person throw everything in the book at me. I let them take low blows. I let them talk about my parents. I let them talk about me. I let them call me out my name. I let them do the whole nine. You done? You got it all out? Like, straight up. I let that person throw everything in the book they can think of at me. And I did not return that same energy. I did not return those insults. I did not return their energy, and it drove them crazy. When I say it was a gaslighting party, when you have control over yourself, it's almost like you're having an outer body experience. Like, you have control over the entire situation when you control your mind and your emotions. When that person starts to throw low blows and starts saying crazy things and starts insulting your family and your kids and your spouse and, just starts going wild, it's like, wow, it's almost like I'm watching a movie, because what they're saying is not affecting me. They think that they're affecting me, but they're really not affecting me. And my lack of emotion and the way I'm not responding to them the way they want me to, it's making them go even harder. Now they're trying to find something else to say about you, right? But this is the game of life. You hold the controller. Once you control your mind, you can control every situation in your life. You can't necessarily control people's decisions, but you can control how it affects you. You can control your perception of everything. You can take yourself from being a player in the game to holding the controller. Control your mind. Control your emotions. And control your life. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you go ahead and do that. Turn on your notifications and share this video to anyone you feel like needs to hear this message. Always remember, grow in peace, and success is a journey, not a destination.